From an infirmary deep inside the bowels of Wisconsin, this is Kurt Berglund with an authentic unboxing of more baseball sim products for you. That's right, sick, and barely breathing, but I'm bringing you the unboxings. Going to tell you about a couple projects I'm going to be undertaking as a part of these unboxings. One will be for members only, and we're going to start with that one here today. Don't forget to check out membership on my channel by clicking the link that's in the description for this video. You get a lot of bonuses by joining as a member on my channel. You can get the list by clicking the link, and I'm adding to it constantly. So we're in good shape there. I'm excited about the membership side as well as the subscriber side, and lots to come in the weeks and months ahead. So to start today, I want to tell you that way back during the early parts of the 2020 baseball season, remember spring training was canceled because of the pandemic, and the early part of the season was then canceled. And I remember talking to my good friend Ron Juckett, and we were talking about how we didn't see how there could be a season, really. And then eventually, of course, one happened for about 60 games. APBA, you will recall, produced a set of cards for the 2020 season. I think, as I recall, someone can correct me on this, but as I recall, it was created during the quarantine or released shortly after the quarantine, when it looked like there wouldn't be a season at all. There was a set of cards produced for us to use in the event that there was no season, to kind of get our baseball fix. Well, I bought that set of cards. I still use that set of cards. I think it's fantastic. Nobody talks about it anymore, but I like it a lot, and I think it's a very fun set of cards for a lot of different reasons. Well, Strat-O-Matic responded to the pandemic and the shortened season by creating a set of cards, and they're now on sale for about a third of the original price. It's like $19 or something. And I ordered it because I'm going to be creating a King of the Hill project on the member side of my channel using Strat-O-Matic cards. And what that means is that I'm going to do the 50s, the decade of the 50s forward to today. But I was concerned about the this past decade of players, this last decade, being weighted kind of heavily because the numbers are so, the 3 true outcomes, all of that. And I didn't know what set to use, and I didn't know how to kind of put this together. But then when I saw this sale, I jumped on it. This set of cards, and I'm going to show it to you in case you don't know. This set of cards, Strat-O-Matic created 2 sets for the 2020 season. The first set is based on the actual stats. Actually, they're both based on actual stats, but this set that I'm opening here takes those stats. Authentic unboxing, ladies and gentlemen, authentic. This set takes those stats and projects them a little bit to look more like a 162 game season. So, as we get into this, Here's our Strat-O-Matic rubber bands. Then you get your inside, you get a roster sheet, which I'm guessing is probably the same as the other set. Because the other set's going to have some, I'm assuming, just like in the strike sets of 94 and 81, you get some, yeah, I'm still doing that. I do apologize because I'm going to start coughing now because I'm talking a lot. But I want to get this information to you. I think this set is worth picking up because, number one, it's going to have historical value, but number two, and as a result, it's going to have some collector value. If you're a collector. Number two, they're not going to reprint it, so you got that going for you. And number three, I think there's something to learn here. You get rid of the wonky splits from the 2020 regular set, because over 60 games you're going to have some weird lefty-righty splits, and then those balance themselves out over the course of a season. We saw that for the first time with the 1981 set. And if you have that set, you know what I'm talking about. You'll have some players who are like a right-handed batter who's much better against a right-handed pitcher, and you're saying, well, what sense does that make? Well, that's because the whole schedule wasn't played. In 81, they only got in about 105 games, and so, and some teams a few more, some teams a few less, but you didn't get those last 55 to kind of sort out the stats. All right, so you get the ballpark effects charts, but then inside, and these are shrink wrapped, but inside you get the cards with more balance to them. And I'm going to use these in, well, a couple different ways. On my channel on the membership side, I'm going to put together most of the teams. I'm going to use this set to make an American League and a National League team representing our current era. And those are going to go in the King of the Hill Strat-O-Matic project, along with the teams from the 50s, All-Star 50s, All-Star 60s, All-Star 70s, All-Star 80s, All-Star 90s, and All-Star 2000s. This will be the 2010 to today All-Stars. One for the Americans, one for the Nationals. And I'm going to have you guys vote on the member side. The members will be voting for some of the roster spots on this set, on these two teams, the American and the National. I think it's going to be fun and interesting to see how it kind of shakes out, who you guys like, who you don't. And I'm going to do that for the other decades as well. I do a lot with polling on the member side of the channel, and I want to kind of get your input on that before we get going on the King of the Hill Strat-O-Matic project. Probably going to start that in the month of July. Kind of get it organized in June, launch it in July. But I'm looking forward to this. It's different. It kind of allows us to compare eras a little bit. And it's going to be fun because these teams will be using the best of the best. And it's always fun to match those up against each other. So this is the Strat-O-Matic set, the Imagined Season is what it's called. It's on sale on the Strat-O-Matic website right now, and I'm sure there's not a lot left. So if you haven't picked one up and you're thinking about it, I would definitely move on it. And it's cheap. It's only like $19 for a full set of cards. And I know it's 2020. But even with that, I think there's some interesting things to think about. Short seasons, sort of recreations. It was such a crazy time. And in some respects, we're not out of the crazy time yet. Either in real life or in baseball or in sim world. But I think this is kind of a fun opportunity, and I'm looking forward to getting into these cards, taking a look at them, and seeing what we can come up with. So, this is the Strat-O-Matic 2020 season Imagined set. It's on sale on the website now. All right, now, let's talk about the second unboxing of the day. And we're back with the second part of the unboxing. Sorry about my voice. It gets like this. One of the things that I really like about our hobby is the ability to do something different. Maybe try a different lineup. Use different pitchers. Build your own team. I love that creative piece, and maybe you do too. One of my favorite sets of any sim to get is a Franchise All-Star set on my channel. The Phil Graham Superstar Baseball Franchise All-Star stuff is awesome. Not only are the cards wonderful, but you get to make so many decisions about rosters and old versus new, or older versus new, dead ball yes, dead ball no, DH yes, DH no. I like all that stuff. This purchase here is an eBay purchase that I made, and I'm going to put the information for this eBay seller in the description for this video so you can check it out if you would like to. This is a Franchise All-Star set. It is a redo of Status Pro, but it is not Status Pro Advanced. What this gentleman has done is to make some modifications to the Status Pro baseball sim. He has made some changes to it, nothing terribly dramatic. And then he went about the business of doing something that James Formo and I did a few years ago for Pine Tar Baseball, something that Replay Baseball, Pete Ventura, has just done for Replay. Pete used the Now Taking the Field book by Tom Stone as his single source. James Formo and I used multiple sources to come up with our rosters. But this is, and you can see how thick this is, these are perforated sheets of Status Pro baseball that are Franchise All-Stars. And the exciting thing, well, there's several exciting things about this to me. And I'm going to do a video, I think, in the next few weeks that compares Franchise All-Stars sets in different sims. Because if you're looking for, the funny thing about Franchise All-Star sets is they're all different. Some are based on career stats, some are based on single seasons, some are based on a range of seasons. Some have 30 players, some have 25, others have upwards of 50 players per team. This is one of those, and the one that I chose is career stats. There's two choices for this set. Excuse me. You can go with career stats, or you can go with just the stats accumulated when the player was with that particular team. I didn't want to do that for a couple different reasons that I'll get into another time. But when you order this set, I can see that we've got his lineup modification, or his Status Pro rules modifications on 2 sheets, double-sided. Then he's got the back side identified as, so you can print these if you like. If you want, you can use this card as a cover card to your group. So there's 2 pages of these, single-sided. Then there are some pitcher batter cards that are generic. This cost $50 plus shipping. But I didn't get any pitcher hitter cards individually made. That would have been like another, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. I didn't feel like I needed that. I think I'm going to do DH with this. I don't always. If you watch the APBA King of the Hill series, you know that I didn't with that, but I think I'm going to with this. Haven't decided how I'm going to put this on my channel really yet, but it's going to be on there in some form. And then come the players, and there's 15 players per card. And you can see how many cards, 15 players per sheet. You can see how many sheets there are. There's over 1,300 players, I want to say, in the set. So I'm going to have a great time sorting, looking at how I want to do this, making cuts. A lot of fun for me to do that, and then go about the process of, okay, who's closing, who's in the rotation, who starts, and the position players. So this is going to be great, and there's a lot of things to like about this particular purchase. One thing I was grateful for was that he said that if he missed a player, and he will happily send out the roster sheet. And if he missed a player, or if we wanted him to add one or something, he would be happy to do that. So I asked him to do that, and I'm going to look through here, excuse me, and see if he added the two guys that I really wanted him to add. Yeah, I'm going to have to hunt. There's a few pages here. But very easy print, and there they are. There's the two guys I asked him to add, and sure enough he did. Jeremy Jeffress and Josh Hader for my Brewers. I can't wait to get started on this. So I'm going to put all the information about this from the eBay seller and the listing in the description for this video. You can check it out. We'll be looking at this in a lot more detail, and in the weeks to come, when I'm feeling a little better, a little stronger, I'm going to set up that video so you can kind of see what the options are for yourself and maybe save yourself a little money by making a purchase that's really what you want if you're looking for a franchise all-star set. All right, so 2 things today. Status Pro Baseball Franchise All-Stars. Going to be busy with that. And the 2020 season imagined stats as part of my Stratomatic King of the Hill project that'll be starting soon on the membership side of the channel. Don't forget, check out membership and give it a thought. There's a lot of stuff going in there. I'm adding to it all the time. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for your patience with this crazy lung thing I've got. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. So long, everybody.